Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to install 5M QuantV. Okay, let's just get straight into it. Okay, if you've already installed OpenIV, fantastic. We're going to get straight into this. Okay, go ahead and open OpenIV. Okay, Windows. All right, blah blah blah. All right, and I already messed up here. So before we open OpenIV, we're going to want to make sure that we run it as an administrator. Okay, make sure you run Grand Theft Auto as an administrator, right? Do your Windows. Okay, if you need to browse it, I installed it through Rockstar. Easiest way to find it, go to local disk, program files, find a Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto, select the folder. Okay, and you're good to go. All right, go ahead and click continue. Don't forget to back up your original files. Make sure you do that in case something messes up. All right, once you've done that, go ahead and click continue. All right, you click continue. Let it warm up a little bit. Let it start. Let it do its thing. Okay, so now we are in OpenIV. First things first, what we're gonna want to do is, okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit tools, ASI manager. Okay, go ahead and install ASI loader, OpenIV. Okay, and open camera. Go ahead and close that. Okay, you can right here it's gonna say administrator mode. You can go ahead and set permissions. Okay, all right, perfect. Now that we've got this sorted, right, what we're gonna want to do is, okay, we can go ahead and minimize that. Now we want to find 5M application data. Okay, we have application data. Okay, now make sure you also have your QuantV folder. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set that side by side. Okay, first things first. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the QuantV folder, install. Okay, 5M application plugins. Okay, now that you have all this on your QuantV folder, go to your 5M application data folder, find plugins. Okay, it's empty. Take everything in the plugins folder from the QuantV. Okay, drag and drop inside of the 5M application data just like so. Okay, perfect. Okay, now that you've done that, you've dragged and dropped everything in the plugins folder from the QuantV folder into the 5M application data. Okay, now what we're gonna do is step number 2, base mod URL. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and double click that. Okay, it's gonna bring you to a Google Drive. Don't worry, it's safe. Okay, so you see this? Perfect. You're on base mod 5M zip file for Google Drive. Go ahead and install that. Go ahead and download anyway. It's not gonna hurt you. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and open this. Okay, cool. Now that we have base mod folder, okay, you can exit out of the Chrome, your Safari, whatever. Okay, now we have the base mod 5M. Okay, this is gonna be a mod. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna, in the base mod 5M folder, click install. Okay, it brings you to 5M app, which means we're going to be back in our 5M application data. Okay, mods. Okay, you're gonna find your mods folder. If you don't have one, you can just right click and you can create a new folder. Okay, all right, if you already have one, great. Go ahead and double click. You can keep this in here. I'm not really quite sure what that does, but don't get rid of this. Okay, now we have 5M application data. We're in the mods, right? We're in the mods here for the base mod 5M. Okay, make sure to go ahead and drag and drop the base mod into the mods folder in the 5M application. Okay, perfect. Okay, now you have a couple optionals here. You have your optional presets, your motion blur, your blizzard, your brighter emergency lights. Okay, might as well get all this taken care of now. All right, one thing I want you to know is anything that has an RPF file is a mods folder. Anything that's OIV related will be installed through OpenIV. So for instance, brighter emergency lights. Okay, This is an RPF file, so let's go straight into your mods folder. All right, right. So you have 5M mods, and whatever you feel, whatever you do, I usually do very bright. So I'm going to drag and drop that into the mods folder, like so. Okay, let's see here. I also do motion blur. It gives you a couple options. You can do motion blur disabled, motion blur enabled. This is for 5M, right? And motion blur enabled in Rockstar Editor if you're an editor, and motion blur enabled in FPV. I'm not really quite sure what that is. We're gonna go ahead and select the second one. Okay, 5M app mods, drag and drop, like so. Perfect. Okay. If you want puddles on the ground, here's your floor mirror. When it rains, it's all, you know, looks like glass on the ground. I'm not going to install that. But we are done with the optional presets inside of the base mod. Okay? Now we can get out of that. Go ahead and hit the X button on that. Okay. Now it brings us to step 3. You can minimize out of your mods folder for your application data. So now OpenIV. Okay, this is how we're gonna fully install OpenIV. Okay, so what you're gonna do is go ahead and drag and drop number 3 onto your desktop. Okay, you can minimize out of this, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open OpenIV. Right. So now we're in OpenIV. So what we're going to do is to install number 3 into your game. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit Tools, Package Installer. Okay. We put it on our desktop, right? So we're going to click Desktop. We're going to click QV3 5M ENB. Open it. Okay. We're going to hit Install. Okay, this is going into your games folder, not your mods folders. The QV3 is going into your game folder. Okay. Now hit install. Let it install. It's going to take a little bit. While it's sitting here installing, if this video has helped you at all by any means, go ahead and make sure you drop the like and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay. If you like the videos, I'll make more like it. Okay. It's still installing. It's still installing. It's gonna take a little bit. Okay, it's just gonna take just a tad bit. Okay, now hey, look, we're done. Installation has succeeded. Okay, now we can go ahead and hit close on this, but we're not done with OpenIV just yet. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into our QuantV folder. Okay, we've installed 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to optionals. Okay, now we have your optional presets. These are basically these are just another mod, right? But everything in here will be OpenIV. We will not be dragging and dropping inside of our 5M application data. So for example, if we want the Starfield Galaxy, right? Double click on that. You'll find the one that you want the best, whatever fits your needs. It also has screenshot comparisons, right? I do the classic Galaxy, countryside, and urban. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this file. I'm going to bring it, drag and drop onto my desktop, okay? I'm going to go back to OpenIV. We're going to go to Tools, Package Installer. We're going to find where I install, what I drag and drop. So we're going to Starfield Classic Galaxy. Click Open. Okay, and now we're going to install. This time it's going in our mods folder. Okay, hit mods, install. It's going to install. Give it a second. It's just gonna cook up a little bit. It's cooking. Now we're done. Okay, now it's successfully installed. Okay, we're gonna close that out. Okay, we'll go back to the QuantV folder. Right, and same thing applies. Right, whatever you want to install, you're gonna drag and drop on your desktop. We're gonna go to Tools. Okay, but for example, here we go. We're gonna do raindrops. Okay. I do the Need for Speed style. Okay, I do the Need for Speed style, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag and drop. OpenIV, package installer, raindrop, drop top, open, install, mods, install. It's gonna cook. It's gonna cook. Okay, since it's installed now. Okay, boom. Go ahead and close that out. Okay, now we're on the last part, basically, is figuring out your performance ENB, right? So if you want to do no ENB and no reshade, that's completely up to you. You can, just you do that. Or if you want to do, your hyper, your ultra, your very high, I usually just do the ultra. Okay, so I'm gonna take ultra. I'm going to drag and drop onto my desktop. Okay. Now we're going to go back to OpenIV. Tools. Okay. Package installer. Okay. You see ENB, Ultra, OIV. Open. Install. Now guess what, guys? This is going into your games folder. Okay. Games folder. Hit install. It's not a mod. Going into your games folder. Okay, it's going to cook up a little bit. Now it's succeeded. Okay. Boom. So, we've installed everything that we possibly could. I mean, that's as if you don't want to do any, any of the extra stuff. Like the optional presets, right? We've installed everything. We've installed the base mod of the game. We've installed ENB or QuantV itself inside of the game. We have the plugins, right? So now what we're going to do is, final step, we're just going to go ahead and boot up 5M. Go ahead and boot 5M up. Okay. And for this situation, all I'm going to do, I'm just going to find a free roam server, honestly. Gonna wait for it to load up a little bit. All right. All right, so now we're loading into the server. As you can see, we have our mods installed. If you installed properly, you will see how many mod packs you've installed into your game. That's a great sign. We are still waiting to load into the server. There's no worries. But always make sure to, double check after you've installed everything to just make sure that it's running properly how you want it to look. If you messed up at any point, feel free to go back in the video to double check on where you may have messed up at. All right. All right, as you can see, we have this Galaxy Star Field. Everything is running properly. You want to make sure that your ENB is working, so Shift Enter to pull up your ENB menu, and boom, look at that. Okay, we've successfully installed QuantV with no issues. All right, I really hope that this video helped you guys out. All right, like I said earlier, if it did help you out, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if there are any videos that you want to see, let me know in the comments below. Okay. Other than that, yeah, I hope it worked out for you, and I hope your game looks just like mine. You take care, and we'll see you at the next one.